Japanese longevity doctors spent over 20 years tracking more than 25,000 adults aged 65 and older to understand what really keeps legs strong at home. What they discovered completely contradicts how most people try to strengthen their legs after 60. Many common home exercises done to fail because they were too easy. They fail because they don't train the legs to stay stable when balance matters most. This discovery quietly changed how leg strength is understood in Japan. Because after 60, leg strength is no longer about how much force your muscles can produce in isolation. It is about whether your legs can support you calmly in real life, standing up, shifting weight, catching yourself when something unexpected happens. Japanese doctors began noticing a troubling pattern years ago. Many older adults who exercised regularly still struggled with balance and confidence. They were doing leg exercises. They were staying active. Yet they hesitated when standing up. They felt unsteady when walking. And when they stumbled, their legs did not respond in time. This raised an important question. If people are strengthening their legs, why are their legs failing them when it matters most? Western fitness culture has promoted a very specific idea of leg strength for decades. More repetitions, deeper movements, faster pace. The assumption is simple. Stronger muscles automatically lead to better mobility. But aging does not follow the same rules as youth. After 60, the nervous system slows down. Communication between muscles becomes less precise. Joints become more sensitive to sudden force. In this stage of life, strength without control becomes a risk factor rather than a protection. Japanese researchers observed that many popular home exercises focus on muscle effort but ignore timing, balance, and coordination. The legs get tired. The muscles burn. But the nervous system is never trained to stabilize the body under load. This is the critical mistake. Leg strength that does not integrate balance is incomplete strength. One of the clearest findings from long-term Japanese data was this. Older adults who practiced slow, controlled, daily leg movements had fewer falls and maintained independence longer than those who followed harder routines. Not because their muscles were larger, but because their legs were more reliable. Japanese doctors began redefining leg strength with a different question. Can your legs protect you? Can they support your full body weight smoothly when you stand up? Can they keep you steady when you shift onto one leg? Can they react calmly instead of panicking when balance is challenged? These questions turned out to be far more predictive of long-term mobility than traditional strength tests. Here is another detail most people overlook. Many home exercises train the legs symmetrically. Both feet planted. Both legs working at the same time. But real life rarely works that way. Falls happen when weight shifts unexpectedly to one side. When one leg must respond instantly. If your leg training never teaches your body how to accept weight on one leg calmly, you are missing the most important skill. Japanese longevity programs recognized this early. Instead of chasing intensity, they focused on reliability. Movements that could be practiced every day. Movements that strengthened the legs while teaching balance at the same time. Movements that respected aging joints instead of challenging them aggressively. This approach led to a surprising conclusion. Simple exercises done slowly and consistently outperformed harder exercises done occasionally. Not just in strength outcomes, but in real-world safety. Many people believe that if an exercise feels challenging, it must be effective. Japanese data suggests the opposite after 60. Exercises that feel controlled and calm are the ones that produce lasting results. This does not mean leg strength is unimportant. Quite the opposite. It means leg strength must be trained differently as the body ages. Japanese doctors identified 3 simple leg movements that consistently produced the best outcomes in adults over 65. These movements were not designed to exhaust the body. They were designed to teach the legs how to support the body under everyday conditions. All three can be done at home. No equipment, no machines, no strain. And yet, they directly target the weaknesses that cause strong legs to fail. These movements work because they train three things at once: muscle strength, balance, nervous system timing. When these systems improve together, confidence returns naturally. This is why older adults in Japan often appear calm and steady even when moving slowly. Their legs are not just strong, they are trustworthy. Before we move on, take a moment to reflect. Think about the last time you stood up from a chair. Did you feel smooth and controlled? Or did you need momentum or your hands? Think about how confident you feel shifting weight onto one leg. That feeling is not random. It is trained. In the next part, we will begin with the first of the 3 Japanese-inspired leg exercises. It looks almost too simple to matter, but it targets the exact weakness that most home leg routines ignore. If your goal is not just stronger legs, but safer legs that support you for years to come, stay with us. The first exercise Japanese doctors rely on to rebuild leg strength after 65 is one of the most overlooked movements in Western fitness: standing up and sitting down. In Japan, this is not treated as a casual action. It is treated as a skill. Doctors call it controlled chair standing. It may look simple, but it directly trains the exact muscle and balance systems that determine whether someone can remain independent. More importantly, it trains how those systems work together. To understand why this matters, consider how many times you stand up and sit down every day. From a chair, from the toilet, from the bed, from the car. Each time, your body must coordinate leg strength, balance, and timing in a very specific way. Most falls do not happen while walking fast. They happen during transitions. Japanese researchers noticed that many older adults who felt weak were not lacking muscle. They were lacking control during these transitions. Their legs could produce force, but the force arrived too late or in the wrong sequence. Controlled chair standing fixes this problem directly. To perform it, sit on a firm chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Your weight should be evenly distributed. Lean forward slightly, shift your weight into your feet, and stand up slowly. The key is not speed. The key is smoothness. Take 2 to 3 seconds to stand. Once standing, pause briefly. Then lower yourself back down even more slowly, taking 3 to 4 seconds to sit. This slow lowering phase is critical. It teaches the muscles how to absorb load instead of collapsing. Japanese studies found that this controlled lowering phase activates stabilizing muscles that are often ignored by faster movements. These muscles protect your knees and hips during daily life. What makes this exercise so effective is that it trains the nervous system as much as the muscles. Your brain learns the correct timing. Your body learns how to stay calm under load. The second exercise focuses on a part of the leg that determines whether you recover from a loss of balance or fall: the calves and ankles. In Japanese rehabilitation clinics, calf strength is treated as a priority, not an accessory. That is because the ankles are your first responders. When you begin to tip forward or backward, your calves activate before your thighs or hips. The exercise is slow heel raises. Stand near a wall or counter for safety, but do not lean on it. Place your feet hip-width apart. Slowly lift your heels off the floor until you are standing on the balls of your feet. Pause for a moment. Then slowly lower your heels back down. Again, speed does not matter. Height does not matter. Control matters. Japanese doctors observed that older adults who practiced slow heel raises daily developed quicker balance reactions. They were able to correct small stumbles before they became falls. This exercise also improves circulation in the lower legs, which is important for muscle health and nerve function. But its most important benefit is neurological. It sharpens the communication between your feet, ankles, and brain. Many home leg routines ignore the calves entirely or train them too quickly. Fast movements do not give the nervous system time to learn. Slow movements do. Together, controlled chair standing and slow heel raises begin to change how the legs behave in real life. Standing up feels easier. Shifting weight feels calmer. Confidence starts to return. But Japanese doctors noticed something else. Even with strong thighs and responsive calves, many people still felt unsteady when all their weight was on one leg. That led them to the third movement. This movement teaches the body how to accept weight on one leg without panic. It is called slow marching, with controlled weight shifts. Stand tall. Lift one foot slightly off the ground. Hold for a second. Lower it. Then switch sides. The lift does not need to be high. What matters is that you remain calm and stable, while one leg supports your full body weight. This exercise trains the hips, thighs, and balance system simultaneously. It also teaches your nervous system that standing on one leg is safe. Japanese data showed that this type of training reduced hesitation. People stopped rushing their movements. They began trusting their legs again. Unlike fast marching or exaggerated exercises, slow marching forces attention. Your body cannot rely on momentum. It must rely on control. Each repetition strengthens not just muscles, but confidence. One of the most important findings from Japanese longevity research is that fear plays a major role in decline. When people are afraid of falling, they move less. When they move less, they weaken faster. These exercises break that cycle because they are safe, because they are simple, because they work. Japanese doctors often recommend practicing these movements daily, even in short sessions. 5 to 10 minutes is enough. Consistency matters more than intensity. This is where the Japanese approach differs most from Western fitness. There is no push to exhaustion, no rest days required. The goal is to move gently enough that you can return tomorrow. As these exercises become part of daily life, something important happens. The legs stop feeling fragile. Movements stop feeling risky. The body begins to respond automatically again. In the final part, we will put all 3 exercises together into a simple daily system. You will learn how to practice them safely, how often to do them, and how they work together to protect independence for years to come. Stay with us. This is where everything connects. When Japanese doctors began combining these 3 simple leg exercises into a daily routine, something unexpected happened. The benefits were not limited to strength or balance alone. People reported feeling calmer in their movements, more confident, less rushed. Their bodies stopped reacting with tension and started responding with control. This is an important distinction. After 65, the goal is not just to make the legs stronger, it is to make them predictable. A predictable body is a safer body. Japanese longevity research consistently shows that falls rarely happen because someone is too weak. They happen because the body reacts too late, too fast, or in the wrong order. Strength arrives without coordination. Balance is challenged without preparation. This is why these 3 exercises work so well together. Each one fills a gap the others cannot. Controlled chair standing teaches the legs how to generate force smoothly during transitions. It removes hesitation when standing up and sitting down. It retrains the body to manage load calmly instead of relying on momentum or the arms. Slow heel raises sharpen the body's first line of defense. The ankles and calves learn to respond quickly and precisely. Small shifts in balance are corrected early before they travel upward into larger problems. Slow marching with controlled weight shifts teaches the nervous system how to trust one leg at a time. It reduces panic during single-leg support. It restores confidence during walking, turning, and stepping. Together, these movements create a complete system. Strength, balance, and timing improve at the same time. Japanese doctors often describe this as reliability training rather than strength training. The legs are not just capable, they are dependable. One of the most striking observations from long-term Japanese data is how little time this system requires. Many participants practiced for less than 10 minutes per day. Not in a gym, at home, often in the same place, at the same time, as part of a routine. This consistency matters. The nervous system adapts through repetition, not intensity. Daily exposure reinforces correct movement patterns. Over time, these patterns become automatic. That automatic response is what protects you when something unexpected happens. A slippery surface, a missed step, a sudden turn. Another important detail is joint protection. Because these movements are slow and controlled, they do not create impact or strain. They respect aging joints instead of challenging them aggressively. This allows people to continue practicing without flare-ups or setbacks. Japanese doctors emphasize that any exercise causing pain or fear will eventually be abandoned. Exercises that feel safe are the ones people keep doing. This is why simplicity is not a weakness. It is a requirement. As people continue practicing these movements, they often notice changes beyond physical ability. Their posture improves. Their walking becomes smoother. Their breathing slows. They stop rushing. This is not accidental. Calm movement signals safety to the nervous system. When the body feels safe, it moves better. In contrast, aggressive exercise triggers stress responses. Tension increases. Movements become rigid. Reaction time worsens. For older adults, this stress can undo the very benefits they are trying to gain. Japanese longevity philosophy places great value on harmony. Movements that cooperate with the body rather than forcing it. This approach has allowed generations to stay active well into later decades of life. To apply this system, start small. Choose a time of day when you feel calm. Perform one set of each exercise. Focus on smoothness. Focus on control. Stop before fatigue. Over time, you can increase repetitions slightly, but never rush. The goal is not to feel tired. The goal is to feel stable. Many people are surprised by how quickly confidence returns. Standing up becomes easier within weeks. Walking feels less risky. Balance improves without conscious effort. This is not because the muscles suddenly became powerful. It is because the body learned how to work together again. If you have tried many leg exercises in the past and felt disappointed, this approach may feel different. That difference is intentional. Your legs do not need punishment. They need guidance. Before you finish, take a moment to imagine your daily movements a year from now. Standing up without thinking. Walking without fear. Recovering from small stumbles automatically. These are not unrealistic goals. They are trainable skills. Japanese doctors have seen this repeatedly. Age does not prevent improvement. Inconsistent training does. If you choose to practice these 3 movements daily, you are not chasing fitness. You are preserving independence. And that is the true measure of strength after 65. If this approach resonated with you, stay with us. We share Japanese-inspired practices designed to support mobility, balance, and calm aging. And if you'd like, leave a comment and tell us which movement felt most surprising. We read every message. Small movements. Done daily. That is how longevity is built.